I like the fact that she's think about the people who've been here who ain't doing nothing for the people in Baltimore. So that's the first thing y'all gotta realize, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm 31 years old. I came up in the era where it was the real. I'm the real. So I recognize real. I recognize the fact that, okay, she see talent. That's it. And I think we should leave it at that. That's my opinion. But I do feel like I was at the award show, and I do feel like a lot of the people who was nominated or won an award wasn't there. To me, I feel like we all are adults. We all got lives. We all got things that we got to do. But it's the way you do things. It's all in the way you carry things. The energy you putting out is the energy you getting back. So you got to show some love. Even if you didn't come, hey, I can't come, but thank you so much for my award. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to stick together. We too divided. Everybody a boss. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but come on. It's always the opposite. So that means everybody can't be a boss. Everybody ain't talented. At the end of the day, we ain't equals. But we still supposed to support each other and stick together. You got your lane, you got your lane, you got your lane, I got my lane. That don't mean we can't work together. It's pieces to the puzzle. You good at one thing, I'm good at another thing. When you start riding other people's lanes, that's when the havoc and the chaos cause. That's what I had to say about Rep the Grind. Shout out to Vernea Chapman.
But she did bring up a good point.
This your girl V Mixx, WFBR 1590 AM. What's up, Damon Blue? You coming on the V Mixx?
And her nominating people, but to me that kind of goes with what I was saying. Like, us a lot of people that are artists from Baltimore that go elsewhere and get more love than their own people. So what's the difference in her not being from here and she putting together a show to nominate people? Like, people already feel like don't nobody support them in Baltimore, so they get the love from elsewhere.
We gotta stick together.
So
the fact that it's big that she can come here and be like, let me do something. Think about all the people who ain't doing nothing. We hating on each other more than we do anything, but she got the balls to do something about it. You gotta get that love. You gotta get that applause. You gotta get that a hand clap, regardless if you agree with who the nominees or not. She doing her thing. I wasn't worried about being nominated. I was worried about supporting. That's what I was there for. I could have been on there. Oh, yeah, my show, this, and my event on made it. It wasn't about me. It was about me supporting her. Even if I could agree or disagree with the things that were on and decorations and whatever my opinion is, it don't matter because she doing something that people that live in Baltimore don't even do.
Agreed. And Diamond must agree because he's giving your hand clap. So let's get back to some of the community service stuff you're doing. Like I didn't realize that you grew up. I didn't realize that you grew up in that area.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your experiences growing up, because like you said you were 31.
I'm 31.
So times were definitely a little.
I come from a good family of stock. Shout out to my mom, Big V. She's in the building with me.
The Big V sitting over there.
I come from a good family where they have this sense of self, individuality, and community and family at the same time. Like I come from a family of women with different shades, light skin, dark skin, different ethnicity groups. So I come from a family, like, I think that's what was first for me, that I could see certain things in my family. So when I went out into the world, it helped me digest it. So I went to Douglas, I went to Walbrook, I went to Robert Coleman. I'm an okay looking woman. So I dealt with a lot of people who wasn't okay with their self. So they had a problem with me. So the fight came in because of that. Like, okay, hold up. Like, I don't want to be the victim, but at the same time, you still gotta stand your ground, be yourself. So I just learned that a lot of people just wasn't taught, and they wasn't taught family, and they wasn't taught certain things that I was taught. So I had to reevaluate a lot of things. But for me, growing up in that area, it still was kind of like a good community because you had education in that area. You had Coppin State, you had Robert Coleman in that area. It was like a mixture of middle class, lower class, middle class, and high class. In that same area, you had exposure. You can see the different families live different ways, all on the same block. Am I wrong, Big V? So for me, I didn't have that. I had a different mentality. To me, it's all in your mind. So when I went to school, it was like learning was cool. Learning was cool. You can still be fun. You can still be the cool kid, but we had to do our work first. So that was my coming up. That was my clique of friends. Like, we did our work first. Like, learning was cool. It wasn't not cool not to learn when I grew up. And then I had a family that was educated, and I had a family who had class. So my upbringing and my mindset is a little different from my area. So I had to, of course, sometimes dumb myself down to adapt and, deal with the people around me. But I always like history. I always like education. When I was in middle school, my mom gave me the Times magazine with the bone, the Lucy bone, or what's it called, the follicle. I knew about Lucy in middle school. So once my mom put that, Lucy is the bone that they did the DNA to find out most ethnicities or all ethnicities come from this black woman. I learned that in middle school. So once my mom put that book in front of me, it was a wrap. I started reading, I started researching, so I could see through the matrix early. I knew what was going on early, but it was hard for me to deal with my peers because I didn't understand the hate. I didn't understand the jealousy. I didn't understand because you don't like me, you want to fight. I didn't understand that. So that made me kind of like do my own thing, which it turned out now that I'm 31 to be a great thing because I ain't into the cliquey, so I always wanted to learn. So I went to Coppin State University. I graduated with my criminal justice degree. I currently work for the state. So working for the state, it opens your eyes again to certain things.
Absolutely.
A lot of things. So me working there, it was like, it's more than life than just working for somebody else. So I think I reached out to like someone that was at my job the girl reached out to me and she was like, hey, why don't you start motivational speaking with me? And I was like, all right, cool. I have eczema. So when I was growing up, that was a hard thing for me.
I couldn't remember what you would.
So eczema for me was hard because I ain't make me. It was like, I got a skin problem, but at the same time, it does play a part on your self-esteem. So that was one of my key factors of motivational speaking and stuff like that. I ran into Dina Smith. I started guest speaking there. And it turned into co-hosting and turned into my own radio show. So that's,
When she was telling the story about how coming up in the area she came up in and having those people in the neighborhood that just didn't like her just because, I don't know why I automatically thought about you when she said
Is that why you making them faces over there like,
she's from Chicago and she's had that epidemic that.
But what's up with black women? What's up with black women? You can see a clique of white women go out, do their thing, go to the movies, eat dinner. Why black women can't do that without drama? They can do it, but something going on in that little circle. Something going on before they even got together. Something been said. Why black women can't do that? Why black women can't just chill? Why is it always a competing, comparing thing?
No, I got a select few friends and we straight.
Right, like, exactly.
I don't deal with a lot of people because I don't tolerate a lot from friendship. So it's like I had a friend I was friends with for years, but she was a hoe, so I couldn't be a friend.
God,
that's just keeping it 100. Like
I wasn't even talking about.
No, but I mean like stuff like that. If I know, like I don't ever want to be friends with somebody where somebody could look at that person and be like, I'm guilt by association. You gonna question my character based on my friends. That's just not me. If I know you run your mouth, you gossip and talk about everybody, I won't be your friend because I don't know what you're saying about me. So I got 5 friends.
Say it.
Cool with it.
No, I said that's true. That's
and like I said, same way with her. Like how I grew up, people be like, and people will judge when you be like, oh, I don't got that many female friends. I'm cool with boys. And they'll judge it. I grew up around boys, so that's all I really do know. But like I said, like same thing with her. Like I grew up.
I got the right friends.
Right, and that's the thing. Like I just did not trust a lot of girls because I had a lot of instances. I had a lot of fights. Like I don't. And
most of the fights were girls just not liking you just because, and it could be like a fill in the blank.
Baltimore
school.
Baltimore Flava Radio. She knew she was going to be on the show.
From the beginning.
Oh, all right.
It was predestined. But that just blows my mind though. When like as soon as she was explaining that, I just remember some of the stuff you're telling me about. Not only in Chicago,
but it's a motivating factor though. It's definitely a perspective, and again, I'm gonna go back to the mindset. I could have took it and been like a bitter bitch. I'm so glad I can cuss. I cannot cuss on WFBR.
You're not supposed to cuss either, so don't listen to that.
He
dude
said I
anymore.
can
No, don't listen to that dude anymore. But we'll take those two.
Look at him. That's
how you do that. I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
He does not want to take the charge. Look.
I apologize.
That's okay.
But it's.
I ain't throwing you under the bus.
But no, I said that to say.
Ain't nobody put a gun to your head and make it.
Not to stick on the negative part of what I grew up in. It's your perspective because it made me stronger. It made me think different. Like it's all in you know, how you do it up here, you know, and who you got around you. Like, you doing some BS. You on some BS. You can't, you know, even I'm like, oh, this is what no. Keep it. So the people you keep around you and your mindset is very important. And it's so cliche to keep saying that, but it's so freaking true. You know, the other word I want to say, but it's so freaking true. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all in up here. And I never felt like a victim, but I did. I think that was in my 20s. Like in my 20s, it was more like, but like as you get older, that was like my early 20s. It's kind of like, oh, I get it. It was lessons. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I know how to move. I know what to do. I know who to associate with. And you still learn. You know, you still lose friends when you start doing things for yourself for some reason. I don't know what's up with that, but I just feel like I got the right friends. I got the right people. It pushed me in the right path. I feel like your childhood is to groom you for later in life. And I think you got such a small childhood for a reason and such big adult life for a reason. Like, our childhood is so small, but we got this huge adult life. But we don't, sometimes we take our childhood into our adult life. And I had to learn that myself. That's one of the things that I had to learn from them, you know, like being, you know, my past. Like, it wasn't actually a bad thing because I like me.
And I like the fact that both of y'all turned to education and got it, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when you go through that, and a lot of the people that you have around you, whether they're in your immediate circle or just what you see as the norm, if they're not into that education, you can kind of
So I think that's what the V Mixx is about, community, you know, education, what you doing. Like, that's why I said, you know, we all doing something. I will have a janitor on my show. I don't even care. Like, I feel like it's inspiration behind being a janitor, because you got to think about it. Janelle Monáe, she wears black and white. Why? In uniforms. So for me, I don't want to put myself in a box because I got all these judgments and issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we in a state right now in this world that we got to get over some stuff and let some stuff go and focus on a priority. We losing each other. We losing. We don't have. We got too many opinions, but we ain't doing nothing. That's my opinion, but I think my opinion kind of right.
It's definitely right. So what gives you that motivation to get up and do the motivational speaking?
I'm about to cut myself. I love my job, but I want to work for myself. I don't want to make nobody rich no more. I think I come from a good stock. I got a good stock of family, and you know, so big support in my family. But I don't want working for this day. I've been there for 6 years. I love it, but I want to be my own boss. I want to rep my grind. You know what I'm saying? I want the V Mixx to be on fire, like radio on fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to do my thing with nobody. I think it's the freedom. It's the wings. Like, you just want. So that's where the motivation comes, that you just don't want to keep punching the clock. For me, like, I don't want to keep punching the clock. I want to work on residual incomes. For my kids, I don't have kids yet. So it's like, I don't want them to do the same things that I had to do, like, you know, working hard. Like, I was in retail for a long time too. That's some good checks there. Some good checks in retail.
Shout out to retail.
Shout out to retail, Dave.
There's some good checks in retail, but it's just, you still working for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It's still like the work for somebody else. It's just like, even shout out to Dina Smith, being her co-host it taught me so much. And it was like,
time to expand. Right.
That's what we all supposed to do. And I think when we get to a certain level, it go to our head. You know what I'm saying? We just forget some things. And I think that's what mess up the flow and the energy. We still all grinding at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I want you to give kind of like an inspirational message to young people, especially, and I'm going to say young women, because you had your eczema situation that you had to deal with. My wife, my wife goes through the eczema thing, so I definitely understand. But just tell our young people, especially our young women, how, whether it's eczema, whether it's being pregnant as a teen, whatever the case may be, how you can overcome.
It's a mindset. You gotta be healthy in mind, body, and spirit. It sounds so cliche, but it's so true. It's so true. If your spirit ain't healthy, and I think we get so caught up in this physical thing. You get so caught up in the physical thing that we don't realize that it's something in us and bigger than us. Like, if we're not going to look inside or deal with us, ain't nothing you gonna do gonna make it. You ain't not gonna happen. You got to deal with you. And I think for anybody successful, they say that you really got to deal with yourself before you can be successful or be even in a successful friendship or relationship, you got to make sure you got to deal with self. And I think a lot of people do not. The social media, again, I'm 31. The social media took another toll on its own. Everybody flicking it up, everybody about this camera life, but nobody deal with that self. It's about dealing with yourself, having some confidence, you know what I'm saying? Not listen to the haters and the hating ass girl, the hating booty girlfriends.
You could talk.
Look. Yeah. Say that. Look.
It's just you gotta deal with yourself. You gotta check yourself. It's all about yourself. It's the man in the mirror. Thank you, Big V. Thank you. And I think we get
Big V. She.
No, we just get so caught up in other people. I don't know. Like, you gotta like yourself. It's insane. I just read it on the way, and it was like, I only got 5 friends, or I would care about. It said something about why would I care about somebody liking me, and half of you bitchs don't even like yourself?
Wow.
And it's just people don't like that self. I think that's what it's about. You gotta like yourself. I got flaws, and I still think I'm hot. You know what I'm saying? But and I think everybody should feel that way, and I don't think nothing is wrong with that. But you can listen to all the greats say the same thing. Jay-Z, look. Jay-Z said, look at your man Kanye West. Look at all the greats. Ice Cube played the fiddle for a while, but then look what he did. Okay. All right. You think, okay, I'm behind this. Let me show you something. He had to believe in himself to be like, even though he already probably did, but he played the game for a little bit. And he was like, all right, deuces. Like, it's just about your confidence for real. Like, I was nervous about radio, but then it was like, then what I got to lose? I work for this day. I got a job. Mm-hmm. Like, what I'm gonna do? Even if it don't work out, I tried it. You know what I'm saying? It's like the confidence, yourself, the people you got around you. You still gotta believe in yourself, no matter if the people around you do or not. It's about yourself. You gotta be a little bit cocky, like Kanye West. Shout out to Kanye West. I love him.
You have to. And I don't even know if it's necessarily cocky that you have to be, but when you have that confidence and it's at that certain level, it comes off as cocky to some people. So it is what it is.
I think they call them unicorns. They say unicorns is jerks. That's what that's what somebody said in mine. They call them unicorns. You never heard that before?
No, I've never.
All right.
What would you get ready to say, Damien?
No, I was gonna say, like, so I work at retail, and I always I pretty much work with females because I work at a female store.
They be on you, boy, don't they?
How you
doing? Ain't that many men out here, but what's up?
No, but I always ask them. I say, like, what is it that you really want to do? I always ask them because what I don't want to do is be like 28, 29, 30, and I'm still in retail.
What you trying to say?
So I always ask them, like, what is it that they want to do with their life?
Stop.
And some females be like, well, I want to own my own like business. And so I always ask them, are you taking the information that you learn in here? Because like me, I want to, like me, I'm working on the clothing. I've been working on it for a minute, but I always wanted to know, what do females like in clothes? And so right now I'm taking information that I've seen in the store.
But everybody, but you
right.
I'm learning.
I did have a plan. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't. I always had a plan. Yep. I had a plan very early. I went to school for criminal. I graduated with criminal justice with my majored in first communications, and I chickened out. Confidence. I chickened out because I didn't have confidence. So the radio wasn't like, oh, I just jumped in it. It was always the plan in the back of my head. So I think you hit it on the nose. Like, it's still a plan. Regardless of the confidence, you got to have a plan. And I think a lot of people, like you, they do not.
So like even myself, I have different avenues that I could take, but at the same time, I've already started planning. So like I want to build like a rec center. But I've been at this rec center for a while, but I'm still learning how to actually run a rec center. Yeah. And so like I'm writing films and all this stuff, and I'm learning from other people's films what it is to keep people's attention and help them follow the story. It's all about taking every experience that you have learned and every experience that you have been through and applying it to you.
They make it better. Don't people turn it around and make it like a bad thing?
And a lot of times it's really because they don't see.
They can't see through the matrix.
Because they can't see, because it's too long in the future. They feel like it's never going to happen. And so they stop. So that's why I'm always asking, like, are you? I'm on, like, my coworkers. I'm like, yo, have you focused on your plan?
I think that's good, but what I learned with that, people don't want it. They don't want you to tell them nothing.
Yeah, that's
because I had somebody at my job, and I was like, I found out she did art, and I was like, oh, that's so dope. She turned red, and I was like, why are you red? She was like, I know you're trying to motivate me, but this makes me very comfortable.
I used to be like that, and I'll say that because my thing is this: I always had a plan, but my thing is, I know that when you put a time frame on stuff, and that time frame come and you ain't do it, you hard on yourself. Like, I'm about to be 31, and I'm like, I'm my biggest critic. But the only person that can probably tell me something that's gonna motivate me is my dad. So like how you told her, like, oh, why you ain't doing this? Everybody else is like, oh, why you don't do this? Why you don't do this? Why you ain't doing that? I'm like, all right, like, I got it. Thank you. I'm glad you want me to. But it's kind of like with some people, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just learned that I knew that I was like, by the time I'm 22, I'm gonna do this. By the time I'm 25, I'm gonna do that. And then when like maybe you don't do it till 2 years after your deadline, you kind of get like you don't get you're not as motivated.
But I think you're supposed to be competing with yourself and only yourself. And I think that's the problem. We competing with each other. We not that was good for you because we are you.
I ain't never
you was the whole time like boom, 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 boom. But you was competing with yourself.
So like I always told myself not to put myself on a timeline. I always put myself in just in case mode. So if somebody needs something, it's there. I have it. If you need a script, I have it. If you need a blueprint of a center that you're trying to build, I have it. If you need a store that you're trying, I have it. Like people assume that because they see you that you're there. Like, don't think that because I'm in the studio that I'm in the studio that I'm not filming my movie right now. Right? Sure. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I didn't even know you was in a movie till dude came on the show and told us you was in a movie.
I do everything. I do everything it's just under the radar.
Good. So that means stop asking me where I work. Damn, good. I'm glad you said that.
You like Tommy, huh? You know, nobody don't know where you work at.
Right. But I got a job.
But you got a job.
I'm glad you said that. But like that's just motivation or whatever. Okay, I'm done.
Look at Damian dropping knowledge. He's dropping knowledge. No, that's what's up. So mixing in the community. Give us the information one more time tomorrow.
For Sunday, May the 22nd at 12 o'clock, we're going to be in the community room, lower level, packing 100 lunches. I will have refreshments for the participants. We are going to load the lunches to go to station, to go to the homeless where they're stationed. I did already pass out flyers to the homeless, so they know we coming. Well, some of them do. But if I have too much that I can bear, I am planning another event. If y'all would like to be on board in September. Shout outs to Rockstone, one of the sponsorships, Will Cunningham. Shout outs to House of Ink Boy, Anthony Chestnut. Shout outs to Flight One Couriers, Brian Smith, one of the sponsors as well for the event on May the 22nd, mixing in the community. So pretty much I just want to give back and start in the area for the people to come out, help pack these lunches in the area, let them know that I'm here, let them know that I want to bring that feel back. Because when I grew up, again, I'm about to be 31, radio was a big plug for everything was going on in the world. You knew to tune on to the radio, you run into the station, the radio, you try and record, press play at the same time. You're like, hold on, I gotta go ahead and wash my hands, but I want to get to this radio because I know my song about to come on. 9 o'clock jam. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So I want that feel back because they claim they for the people. You really can't go unless you got a couple $1,000s in your pocket, a couple $100s in your pocket. But you know what I'm saying? But the V Mixx Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 12, WFBR 1590. You can listen on TuneIn app, search WFBR. You can listen online, 1590WFBR.com, or your stereo. We got that terrestrial radio.
We appreciate you, sweetie. Thank you so much.
Hopefully y'all come through. Y'all should all come through. We'll have a good time.
Unfortunately, I can't come Sunday because I got to go sing in Cecil County.
You got to sing.
Dang.
You can sing?
No.
I can sing. There's the hater.
There's the hater. In the choir, everybody, the men can get away with it because they're boys. Somebody gonna carry you regardless. So that's how it goes.
That's all you got.
That's how it goes.
Hey, Damien, who holds that tenor section down on Anointed Praise? Thank you, bro. Thank you.
I already know.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. So on that note,
thank y'all for having me.
Let everybody know, Rook. Now we're not doing that. Now he's being corny. But I'm telling her why I can't come. I'm telling her why I can't come.
It's all good because hopefully in September y'all gonna be on the flyer.
Hosting. Exactly.
With me, right?
Exactly. We'll talk about that.
You said no?
I said yo.
Another mixing in the
Weren't
community.
you just listening to the show? She said she was having another event in September.
I want to play off of that. We can always, with the different partnerships, we can always tweak it and so I know because from me collecting the donations that everybody already like, hey, what's she doing next? I want to be a part next. So September, like, hey, what's up? We can make it big. The people who already doing it, what's up?
Yeah, I'll have somebody score.
Yeah, because he won't be there because he'll have something else. Let everybody know how they can keep in contact with you.
I'm on IG at the V Mixx, at the V Mixx, 2 X's, THEVMIXX. My email is the V Mixx 2 X's @gmail.com. My Twitter game is sucks. Don't judge me. I'm not a social media whore.
We just call Twitter the necessary
at
evil.
Miss Vernea, MISSVERNEA, and Facebook is my first and last name, Vernea Ware, VERNEA WARE. And again, you can check me on WFBR 1590 AM every Saturday, 11 AM to 12. Listen online. You can listen, tune in. We got that terrestrial radio. You know what I'm saying? That terrestrial radio. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
We appreciate you coming out.
Thank you so much.
Lady V, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
We are going to take a quick break and then we'll be back. You got some juice this week? You always got Kool-Aid.